Hey, my name is Stix and welcome back to your weekly Gacha recap, a video series where I go over the latest news, pre-registrations, shutdowns, new releases, test phases, everything that happened in the Gacha genre that mattered to me over the course of the last week in one easy to digest format. If this is your first time here, as always, go ahead and join our subreddit. We post everything we react to on stream here every single day. Follow me over on Kick, where I'm streaming every single week. I also stream on Twitch. And finally, subscribe to the channel, that way you don't miss a video. Now we have a lot to talk about, so let's go ahead and jump right in. Tour Dog, the developers behind Alchemy Stars, were working on a brand new open world action gacha game. That is no longer necessarily the case. They have essentially canceled it and have pivoted to an entirely new game. This time they're focusing on something more Elden Ring adjacent. I did a dedicated video going into explicit detail specifically regarding what this means for the game. So if you're interested, I strongly urge you go ahead and take a look at that. Azur Promilia is officially participating in Bilibili World 2025. This could be the announcement we were waiting for, an official release date. Well, let's be honest here, we need a beta test before a release date. So what I'm assuming here is that maybe, if we're lucky, we'll get a beta test confirmation and finally gain the ability to test it instead of just seeing trailer after trailer. One game we've already thoroughly tested, Arknights Endfield, is also confirmed to be attending Bilibili World 2025 from July 13th or July 11th to July 13th. This, however, this might be the reveal we have been waiting for. We've run through multiple test phases for mobile, for PC. This is it. Arknights Endfield. Come on, don't disappoint us, Hypergriff. And then Hypergriff, or Griffline, I keep referring to them as Hypergriff, also confirmed they will be attending the Japan Expo Paris 2025 from July 3rd to July 6th. I don't expect them to really showcase anything important here, but you know, they might surprise us. Duet Night Abyss previewed some new playable characters in the recent test phase, and honestly, they are really freaking good. They're much better designed than the OG characters, and gives me a lot of renewed faith that this game is actually going to do better, hopefully, than I had expected. I thought it was going to do good, but after playing the technical test and then the first closed beta test, yeah, they had a lot of room for improvement. Neverness to Everness confirmed that their containment test, the very first official, I'm guessing, global test phase, is going to be beginning on July 3rd. You can pre-register for NT and sign up for the containment test right now. The test begins on the 3rd and runs through the 16th. The test is for PC, not for mobile. It will feature an English dub, a Japanese dub, and a Chinese dub. This sounds good to me. I'm really excited. Chaos Zero Nightmare previewed new gameplay, and it looks better than ever. I'm gonna have a dedicated video with my reaction to this uploaded at some point in the next couple days, so keep an eye out for that. But man, this is the turn-based gacha game of the year, hands down. Speaking of a turn-based gacha game, that was not the turn-based gacha game of the year, Etheria Restart. They have been in a lot of drama over the course of the last couple days. I've done 2 different videos. Both are sitting at like 20 to 30,000 views right now. The first covered how they introduced an event that was labeled an event, but it wasn't really an event. It was a permanent game mode that they mislabeled and then confused a lot of the community. That was essentially targeting players that spent money and used all their refreshes to get ahead where most players didn't. They then proceeded to begin to nerf characters and then buffed bosses. The nerfed characters actually happened after they were released, after people paid for them, which is even more horrifying. They addressed this, and in their address they basically said, well, you know, maybe we could communicate these things better in the future, but it sucks for you because we're not going to change anything. That was their apology from a few days ago. Then they released a new apology just 7 hours ago where, you know what, it was a little better. They didn't cover any kind of compensation or any resets for characters until 2 hours ago, or 4 hours ago rather, where they confirmed that there is going to be an event running where players can reset. There is one reset option only, or one free reset option only. There will be 2 additional resets. The first is free, while the next 2 require a certain number of Hydra crystals. You know what? I think that's still a step in the right direction. It's still not great. It is some form of resolution, however, but there is still one fatal issue right now with the game, and that is that players were charged 2 times, 3 times, or more, and the studio themselves admitted that there was no refunding. I left a tweet going over this on their official tweet concerning the reset, and that is concerning players, how they were charged twice, thrice, more at times, and how after opening support tickets, the customer support openly admitted they were at fault. Duplicate purchases were made by accident, and I've done a dedicated video for this. I uploaded just last night. I strongly urge you take a look at it. It's almost 30 minutes long, but they were somehow charged multiple times for singular packs that only exist for one single purchase. And after they were double charged, they admitted themselves they were at fault and refused to refund players. Instead, they just said, we're going to give you an equivalent amount of crystals, in-game currency, to compensate you for charging you an additional $100, $130, which is genuinely obnoxious. This needs to be addressed as soon as possible. This is even worse because they are scamming players out of their money. I cannot believe that they did this. I cannot believe they still not addressed this yet, but this definitely needs addressed. Otherwise, the game will not recover. Before we go any further, I do want to take a moment here to thank all of my incredible patrons over on Patreon and my YouTube channel members who allow for me to continue to do dedicated videos like this every single day. You guys are absolutely phenomenal, and I genuinely cannot thank you all enough for the support. Rewinding Cadence is a brand new open world action, very narrative driven and focused gacha game that is, honestly, it surprised me. It's beautiful, is very expressive, and has so much going for it. I can't wait to test this, and I can't wait to play it. Blue Exorcist Alterna Vvelt is officially releasing on June 25th, 2025, and honestly, I'm not that impressed. I looked at the trailer, and I'm a big Blue Exorcist fan, and this wasn't it. Project Net is now officially available to play. The open beta for Project Net is available to play in the US and Canada right now, and it is not region locked. The only thing is that if your VPN is not set to Indonesia, your ping will be high around 200, which is actually really, really sad. But this is a Girls Frontline 2-ish game that I was genuinely curious to play, and at this point I might. The characters still look really good, the combat looks just like Snowbreak, and it's probably going to be equally as degenerate. Punishing Grey Raven are holding their next live stream, and one of my personal friends, Grey Raven Radio, Lina Sarah herself, is going to be hosting it. This is an insane accomplishment, and she deserves all the praise for this. This is a milestone I bet she never thought she'd ever achieve. So I would urge you to go ahead here and tune in. Silver and Blood Global is releasing on June 26, 2025. Yes, another gacha game releasing at roughly the same point. This is a gacha game I was actually kind of excited for. I was reached out to do a sponsored video for, and I'm not gonna spoil it. I have a dedicated video coming for this in just a couple days, within the next couple days. So be on the lookout for that. You'll know whether or not you should be excited and whether or not you should be playing it based off of that video. Nekopara Sekai Conenct has opened pre-registration. The game is releasing in 2026. You can pre-register right now on the App Store, on the Play Store, and admittedly, these are cute idols. There's like at least 2 characters in there, maybe 4. That are very, yeah. And this is an interesting looking game, I guess. It's a kind of like a slice of life. Maybe it's a visual novel style game, not entirely sure. Shadowverse Worlds has opened pre-download. The game is officially releasing on June 17th. That's 2 days from today. I'm recording this at 7:41 in the morning right now. I'm excited because I've never played a game like this before, or I've never played any of the Shadowverse games, but I'm going to be able to. And finally, Wuthering Waves just released version 2.4, and let me tell you, not only was this incredibly fun, it was incomplete because this is a 2-part event, but not only was the first half of this incredibly fun, but they have also accomplished something nobody saw coming, not even themselves. And I have a dedicated video coming for that in just a few hours that I'll be uploading to the channel. So be on the lookout for it, because that's gonna blow your mind. And that is everything that happened in the gacha genre over the course of the last week that mattered to me. Now you're up to date. You're welcome. I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment, so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you are not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.